Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bite-Sized Revelations. So Bite-Sized Revelations is actually an old little segment thing that I used to run on Facebook. We were on local TV at a stage with it. It was really cool, and I haven't done it in a while. It's basically just where I share little 5-minute to 8-minute clips of something that I feel that God has revealed to me. Just a small revelation in the Word, in His character, just in my walk with Him. And I feel, obviously, I only share things that I feel other people can benefit from. It's stuff that I feel God is dealing in my heart, but also not just for me. He's doing it all over. It's like a church thing instead of just an individual thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this one. Basically, what I want to talk about today is kind of following up on the previous one that I did, where I spoke about seeking God. And in that, I try to clarify it a little bit that God's not trying to run away from us. God's actually wanting to be found, and that when we seek Him, we find Him, and then we just have to stay with Him. He just wants to spend time with us in the garden of our heart. That was the revelation last time, that our hearts are now the Garden of Eden, as it was in Genesis. So Jesus wants to walk with us as He walked with Adam and Eve, but in our heart. So Amy and myself were talking the other day, and I was just explaining, we were talking about seeking God and how He deals with us in our heart, and it's like an experience that I had, which I'll tell you now in a minute. And she was basically saying, she used a very nice phrase. She said that Jesus is basically like the groundskeeper of our heart. And ultimately of our lives as well. But the focus on this is that He was the groundskeeper of our heart, and He trims away bushes and He cleans up, and He, when we invite Him in, He helps us restore our lives and helps us to remember who we really are, so that we can ultimately walk in the same power and authority as sons of God, just as Jesus walked on this earth. So what happened to me personally, the whole reason why I'm speaking about this is the other night I was lying in bed, and I was just trying to spend time with Jesus, and I could feel His presence so strong, and it was just like amazing. We were just walking through my heart, we were just spending time together, and in that, sometimes when your mind drifts, it's almost like when your mind drifts, you don't realize it until you far down that road. And what happened to me was I was having such a nice time. I could feel the presence of God. I had so much peace. And then when I looked again, I had wandered down this thought pattern where people are breaking in, and when you have negative thoughts, and then you have bad thoughts of this, and all of a sudden, and I'm lying there and I'm like, wow, why am I thinking all of this stuff when I'm in God's presence? And I was like, oh, did I miss it? And where's Jesus? Is He not really here? And stuff. And as I thought that, Jesus, I felt His voice to say, it's okay, I'm with you. We're walking through the garden of your heart. And I was like, wow, that's so insane. And then He said to me, obviously there's a lot of mess. There's bad things, and there's sin, and there's negativity, and there's things that are not godly, that we pick up, whether just by going through life, hurts and TV and Facebook. Sometimes we see things that are stupid and put things in our minds, so we have bad dreams and stuff like that. And basically what He was saying to me was that as we walk together, as we spend time together, that I was able to ask Him, how do I ultimately prune all of this? How do I get all of this away? How do I clean up all this mess in my heart? How do I allow Him to do it? And He said that basically for the answer that all I need to do is I need to focus on Him. I need to focus on His presence. I need to focus on things that He's done in the past. I need to meditate on stories and testimonies that happen in the Bible, as well as modern day testimonies and His, stuff that we've spoken about in story time, as well as is that really in the Bible. In us focusing what He has done in our lives, what He has done in the Bible, what He has done on this earth, we eventually fill our hearts with that. And the Bible says in Proverbs that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And the more we think on him and meditate on him and what he did and what he does in our life and how present he is and his presence, the more we meditate on him, the more we become like him. And that's exactly what it says in 2 Corinthians 3 verse 18, I believe, where it says that we are being transformed by looking into the Bible, into the Word as a mirror. So when we look into the Bible, we're actually seeing ourselves like that, the more and more, and we're being transformed from glory to glory into his image. And that's ultimately what we need to be doing. We need to absolutely spend time focusing on him and what he's done in, like I mentioned, in modern history, where it's 200, 300 years ago to the present date, or whether it's 2,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, right up until when Adam and Eve were there. Whenever we see God move, whenever we see, his heart displayed, when we focus on that and we deal with that in our heart, we eventually become like him. We eventually become like Jesus. And that's ultimately what we need to do. So just to recap, the first thing is that this is a follow-up of the How to Seek God, or What Does It Mean to Seek God video. So you can check that right here. The second point is that Jesus is the groundskeeper of our hearts. And he ultimately changes things around. He trims the trees, he takes away all the rubbish, he puts new things in, and he ultimately creates this amazing thing in us that displays his glory and that displays who he is to the rest of the world. And ultimately that's what the world needs right now. And then the third thing is, what is our part in it is that we just need to focus on him and his presence, focus on what he's done in the Bible, focus on what he's doing in our lives, focus on what he's doing in people's lives around us. And when we focus and make him the only focal point, then ultimately it's a matter of time and we're going to be looking just like him. So yeah, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Oh wait, there's something I almost forgot. The 1st of May, I'm doing a fast. I'm starting a fast. If you want to join me, I'll put my number on here. We can do a WhatsApp group and we can just, talk about our experiences and stuff like that. So yeah, awesome guys. Thank you very much for watching and see you there.